What's up, Spurs fans? I am the masked SA Spurs Nation. 87. Game 5 of the 2014 Western Conference quarterfinals. The San Antonio Spurs beat the Mavericks 109-103. Now, let's get to some stats and the Spurs who are in double figures. We got Tony Parker with 23 points, 5 assists. We've got Manu Ginobili coming off the bench with 19 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Great performance by him coming off the bench. And Thiago Splitter, this dude had an amazing game. He was a big key in our win tonight, in our win from Game 5. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a little bit of a point guard mentality in him with the center. Duncan, a double-double for him. Oh, Thiago Splitter had a double-double as well. With Duncan, he had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. And then Kawhi Leonard had 15 points and 8 rebounds. Now, in this game overall, the Spurs had a total of 5 turnovers. 5. That is a playoff franchise seat, playoff low. That's the best ever out of the Spurs. And I've said it before. They need to minimize the turnovers. They need to take care of the ball a lot more better. That's what they did, and that's how they got this win. But Danny Green had 2 3-pointers. So, had it not been for Danny's 2 3-pointers and Marco Bellinini's 1 3-pointer, this game probably would have gone to the Mavs or it would have gone to overtime. And our bench had a total of 32 points, and we were outscored by the Mavs bench. I'm sorry, I've got a new mask, so let me just show you my mask real quick. Let me take off my Spurs throwback glasses. Here's the front. Here's the left side. Los Spurs and number 21, which my wife and I made myself. This number with the neck of the Spur. This is the brand new Spurs mask. It's my Los Spurs Tim Duncan mask. In this game, the Spurs and the Mavs fought a hard-fought battle. Neither team would give in. But the Spurs led the entire game. The game was tied about twice, but the Spurs never trailed one single time in Game 5. Not one time did they trail. They led pretty much the whole entire game. Now, I already said there's going to be one of those games where Dirk Nowitzki shines for the Mavs, and this was one of those games. But the Mavs still did not win. So the Spurs took a 3-2 lead. Playoff lead over the Mavs. Nowitzki had 26. Monte Ellis had 21. Vince Carter had 28. We already have defense locked down on Devin Harris. You know what? Pretty much the MVP of Game 5 was Thiago Splitter. This dude was playing phenomenal defense on Dirk Nowitzki. He's been playing phenomenal defense on Dirk Nowitzki this entire playoff series. It's just that Game 5, Dirk just, he scored. He was just making his shots in that fourth quarter. And then Monte Ellis, there's just like no way to stop him. But there should be no excuse because the Spurs need to play better defense. You got to put Kawhi Leonard on him, Danny Green. Whoever you got to do, we need perimeter defense on Monte Ellis. And Vince Carter just had one of those games where he was feeling it. But the next game, the Spurs need to put down the Mavs. Because the Spurs own the Mavs, the Spurs need to put the Mavs down like an animal who can't use his legs or can't do anything anymore. So what do you do to an animal that can't really do anything anymore? You put it out of its misery. So what the Spurs need to do is they need to put the animal, the Mavericks, out of their misery tomorrow for Game 6 in Dallas in the American Airlines Center. They need to stomp them or put the foot on their necks and keep their foot on their necks until they are no longer kicking. It's going to be a fight, no doubt about it. But the Spurs can't pull it off. They can't hit it tomorrow. It is time to put an end to the Mavericks. It's time to put them out of their misery. It's time to put it's time for the Spurs to put their foots on the Mavericks' necks and press down on their necks until they are no longer kicking. It's time to end it tomorrow. Spurs take a 3-2 series lead. And for tomorrow, our bench has to be very productive tomorrow. Our starters have to be very productive tomorrow. Our defense has to be very productive. We have to, be more productive with the rebounding, with confident scoring. No giving these guys any runs to the basket at all. It's time to end it tomorrow. Game 6, Mavs, you better come out with the fight, because the Spurs have more than just the fight in them. And I even told you on my last video that it takes more than one lucky shot to beat the Spurs. The Spurs came back and they lead this series. So Game 6 tomorrow in Dallas, in the American Airlines Center, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Southwest and TNT. Are you ready, Spurs Nation? Because I sure hell as am. Until then, go! Spurs! Go!